Hello everyone, B.R. Newman here with this month's Astrology Tarot forecast, consisting of this month's most relevant astrological transits, as well as a 3-card tarot spread drawn special for your astrological zodiac sign, everyone who shares your sun sign, or you could watch this for your rising sign as well. Follow this up with a trip to my website, IamHelios.com, and check out the Choose Your Own Tarot adventure, and discover where that leads you. Also, I highly recommend getting a reading with me, either tarot, astrology, or a combination of the two, to get really specific in the most useful way. Also, you may be aware I teach this stuff. Some courses are available. Some may be enrolling now, so check it out. So here it is, Pisces, your 3-card tarot spread for the month of January 2018. In this, you have a central theme and 2-dimensional timelines on either side of it. So this central theme is like a snapshot of your current situation, and it's also the means through which you can most clearly see the nature of these 2-dimensional timelines. So they're like doorways. You can choose one or the other. In your central theme, the Hanged Man represents an experience of deliberately toppling yourself and your preconceived notions, turning everything upside down to bring about a new perspective, a new vantage point, to gain a new level of understanding of something. And this may be understanding of self. Turning yourself upside down, your heart, your core remains in the same spot, but your eyes change drastically to give you a new angle. So that's what this is all about. This has ties to Norse mythology, Odin, who hung himself from the Tree of Knowledge in order to develop an intimate understanding of the wisdom of the universe through the understanding of the runes. So he deliberately hung himself there. So that's what this is all about, doing this intentionally. So this has to do with abandoning preconceived notions, deciding to do something different, stepping out of your comfort zone. And considering astrological forces this month, this can work in favor of you getting in touch with the core of your being, the truth of your existence, at the most foundational level, at the most real level. So to do that, you'll be taking one of these 2-dimensional timelines. On the one hand, you have the Universe card, which is about wrapping things up. It's about bringing a close to something. And accepting that something has run its course, that you are complete, you're done, you don't have to keep, touching up on details. You just accept it as whole and complete and then move on. Whereas the Prince of Discs is a whole personality profile. In fact, all of these court cards are associated with the 16 Myers-Briggs personality profiles. There's 16 court cards and then 16 of those profiles, quite conveniently. And so this Prince of Discs is directly associated with the ESFP, or the extroverted sensing feeling perceiver. So this method, this strategy, or this perspective has to do with working hard, juggling multiple projects, multiple events at one time, very generously offering yourself, in many different directions. So that's very different from the Universe card. This is about continuing something that you have started, remaining loyal to promises you've made, seeing something through to the very end, doing whatever is necessary to keep that going. So it is very different indeed. The Universe is about wrapping all that up, just saying that's all done. It has come to its natural end, and then moving on from that into the complete and utter unknown. So, yeah, couple that with the experience of the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is very much about wrapping up the old way. Is about just letting go of everything that was once assumed, everything that you once held on to, and completely turning yourself upside down to look at the world entirely different. When you do put yourself right side up again, you will not be the same. So how could you be expected to remain loyal to the promises that you've made? It doesn't mean that there's any lack of honesty involved with all that process. It simply means you are now a different person in just about every way you can spin that. On the other side, this is very much about remaining obliged to continue the course, and prioritizing other people as well. The Prince of Discs works very hard, but not necessarily for himself. So considering that, if that were the path you would take, it would imply that the Hanged Man experience was something that you felt compelled to do by another pressure, some outside source, whether it's peer pressure, parental pressure. You do it out of obligation, whereas the experience of the Universe is very deliberate. You do it on your own, for yourself, because the old world is done. It's time for a new paradigm. So that would be the path that I would recommend that you take, considering the nature of your central theme. And the experience of the Universe really goes hand in hand with the Hanged Man. As soon as you deliberately topple yourself, you have sort of demonstrated to yourself and to the Universe that you are taking that dimensional timeline, the Universe timeline, and you will be supported accordingly. So in fact, it looks like maybe that now this time is about that healthy dose of selfishness. There is such a thing. So try it out. So this reading I gave you here sets the stage. To take this further, go to my website, IamHelios.com, and take the Choose Your Own Tarot adventure. With the context defined by this tarot spread in mind, this will take you through a much more elaborate tarot reading, and ultimately a fate card, and a very specific frequency that will help you bring out the best aspects of this fate card. That should be fun. For the most useful specifics possible, of course, contact me for a reading. So let's dive right into the good stuff. You might want to write down some of these dates. January 1st through the 2nd is the full moon. Now this is happening in Cancer at 11 degrees. This means completion, this means fullness, and in Cancer this concerns the home, family, compassion, and through these forces it can align you with your most authentic self. And then also on the 2nd you'll have Sun in Capricorn sextile Neptune in Pisces. This increases intuition, and it might actually send some insight through dream time. On January 3rd, you'll have Venus sextile Neptune in Pisces, and this might bring some romantic possibilities, so look out for that. When you combine the influences of Venus in Capricorn with Neptune in Pisces, you get this vast grasp on what is possible concerning matters of romantic fulfillment or sensual satisfaction being made manifest in a very tangible and practical way, so you might see this materialize before you as opportunities. So again, look out for that. On January 6th, you'll have Mercury in Sagittarius trine Uranus in Aries. So this could bring some really good news. It could bring the aha moment, some kind of epiphany. If some kind of greater level of clarity comes, start making plans, start developing strategies from this place. Also, I should add, this month is free of any retrogrades, so this is a wonderful time to start planting seeds and doing precisely as I had suggested. Start making plans, start implementing these plans, start operating actively from this place of clarity, from this new beginning, this launch pad here in January. It is a rare gift that we have the start of a new year free of any retrogrades, so please take advantage of this. It could be very fruitful, very profitable for you. Consider this fact also on January 8th, you'll have Mars in Scorpio sextile Pluto in Capricorn. This increases your powers of concentration and focus. It actually helps you to perhaps more practically and productively implement ideas, developing sustainable systems that work for you, systems that diligently operate on many dimensions in favor of the highest benefit possible for you. Then we come upon what we could call a zone of challenge between January 12th and 14th. On the 12th, you'll have Mercury conjunct Saturn in Capricorn. So both planets are in Capricorn, of course, and so this means that new information could come that could perhaps provide the incentive and the means to reevaluate your plans and shore some things up, tie some loose ends. And then on the 13th, you'll have Venus in Capricorn square Uranus in Aries. This could be where unexpected expenses come up, and this could be also a continuation of that Mercury in Capricorn conjunct Saturn in Capricorn on the 12th. Both the incentive and the means to start rethinking things, tying up some loose ends and getting really clear about everything, so it's actually an opportunity. One that offers a bit of a clue, a bit of a key or remedy here, with Venus in Capricorn sextile Chiron in Pisces, also on the 13th. Intuitively guided beautification or aesthetic alignment in favor of spiritual inspiration, beautification done with the intent to bring about new inspiration, new insights, and so on. You might find that a little can go a long way. It's probably pretty important to take advantage of that opportunity on the 13th, because on the 14th you'll have Sun in Capricorn square Uranus in Aries, and this can bring about a kind of disturbance or distraction, something that shakes you up slightly, perhaps temporarily blurring your vision, so to speak. So it's nice to have something to fall back on. On the 15th you'll have two things going on: Sun in Capricorn sextile Chiron in Pisces, and Jupiter in Scorpio sextile Pluto in Capricorn. So considering the combination of these two transits, it's pretty clearly implied that the disturbance occurring on the 14th would be slightly inconsequential and may in fact serve to the greater glory of your vision and your intent and your purpose, as these two transits do in fact bring a little more light, a little more clarity. You could attract some help. You could find yourself motivated to work hard and find that work pans out immediately. So take advantage of that. Now that you know this is occurring, you can deliberately do so. Deliberately put some extra time aside, a little more focus, a little more energy into something, and it should go further. I suspect you will have learned something by this point, perhaps something about the quality of your own character, that will compel you to more confidently apply yourself to the task at hand, leading you into the new moon on January 16th. Now this is at about 27 degrees in Capricorn. Very powerful moon. It's conjunct Pluto and Venus, offering transformative potentials in love and money and finances, resources and sensory pleasures, etc. It's sextile Jupiter, which just brings it all to the nth degree, makes it more possible, more expansive. It's sextile Mars, bringing greater focus, attention, action, a tendency to do rather than to not do, to act rather than not act, and make something profitable, make something work, see something through rather than passively observe or drift by. Sextile Chiron, which may compel someone to help you, to lend their hand to your cause. But lastly, it is also square Uranus, which brings about something completely unpredictable, a kind of wild card, some element of this, some edge to this new moon that you will not be able to foresee. But this may actually be to the benefit of the rest of the transits, considering how powerful they are, how numerous they are. They're likely to define the context and the setting, and this unpredictable element, you could say, may actually just be icing on the cake. It may be entirely beneficial to you, but it will be something that you don't expect. There is some element of the unexpected. If you take it on willingly and accept it, embrace it, it'll be much less likely to materialize in an abrasive or uncomfortable manner. This will lead right into Mars and Scorpio trine Chiron in Pisces on January 18th, and this could compel you to look deep within yourself for the purpose of unification, perhaps finding ways to reconcile differences between contradictory facets of your existence, seeking and hopefully finding profound meaning as a kind of common denominator between many aspects of yourself to give you purpose and focus. And then on January 24th, you'll have Mercury conjunct Pluto in Capricorn. Look for an opportunity to take action. It should be quite clear. If you are meant to take action at this time, you'll feel it. So act on that. Present something, launch something, start implementing something. Follow your heart, be cautious, but don't overthink things. In any case, it's likely to be a very powerful period. On January 25th, you'll have Mercury in Capricorn sextile Jupiter in Scorpio. If you want your voice, your message, your vision to be clearly heard and seen and understood, this is the time to speak. Communicating very clearly on this date can help tremendously the nature of these next few transits, and most notably, Mercury in Capricorn square Uranus in Aries. New, perhaps unexpected information could come in that might confuse you or those you are working with. But if your foundational intention and vision were adequately conveyed and articulated beforehand, then this potential for confusion shouldn't derail anything. Just keep up the momentum, keep working, keep your vision clear, because this month closes out with a full moon lunar eclipse on January 31st. This is occurring in Leo. You can expect a sense of completion, fruition, a culmination of all of your efforts. This potential is very unlikely to go unnoticed, occurring in Leo. It's likely to be beautiful, dramatic, extravagant, very inspiring, so make sure you notice it. Make sure you make it conscious. Whatever happens at the end of this month, embed it in your mind. Remember it. It could serve as a source of inspiration for a long time to come. This will bring with it a powerful surge of energy. The conscious application of your intent will keep this within the realm of the beneficial. Watch it carefully, not to control its manifestation, but to align it with the truth of your being. Don't forget about it and thus make it random. Make it conscious, make it deliberate. So align this potential and all potentials this month with the truth of your existence, found at the core of the heart of your being, your most authentic self, perhaps first glimpsed at the first of the month for the first full moon, bringing this all around full circle.